where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds. Madness thrives on the suffering of the dead, rotting the souls in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of harvesting on the innocents. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in the shadows hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of the spirit to the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own inner demons, brings to life your deepest fears. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality? In the search for life after life, have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have, maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers hidden behind the veil. Shake off the blinders and open your mind's eye. Listen to the story. We are they, we are incarnate, paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Monday to you. Yeah, we're back at it. What's up, TM? How you doing, bud? Yeah, I needed that time off, guys. Still was not fully over the investigation. Haven't been myself, I'll be honest. Up until like yesterday, fuck, like, excuse me. Oh, holy crap. Up until about yesterday, Saturday, yesterday, finally started feeling myself. Something was really, really off. I think I brought an attachment home. I really do. I just had no energy. I felt defeated. I just felt beat down, broken. There was just something not right. So, I'm pretty sure I brought some energies back from the prison with me. But I did ask for it. I did ask them, what did you feel coming in here? And I think they showed me with both barrels. Did you not do the what? The ritual? You're just supposed to tell them you're not allowed to follow me home. That's all you do. You're stay here at the prison. You're not to follow me home. You're not welcome outside these gates. Something latched onto me pretty good. And it hit me harder than anything from any other investigation combined. So it struck me pretty good. But it's all right. This is what we deal in the paranormal. I've done cleansings before, and they don't always help. We're back to it. Night 2 MDS recorder is in the museum. We're probably going to hear the AC a little bit. And we're probably going to hear some background talking from the office and the other team that came in for the short time. So we'll get through that, and then we'll see what recorder's next. I did get another partial GoPro done from the execution chamber. I got all the GoPro from that joined together. So that's going to be separate, and then the GoPro from before and after will be joined together. TM, I'm about 98, 99% better.
All right, this is Brent with Incarnate Paranormal, Nevada State Prison, Night 2, Visit 5. This is MDS H1N being left in the museum poker table. So, there we go.
I couldn't go another day without a show, though. What's up, Moose? What's up, bud? But like I said, I got it with both fucking barrels. Was talking to Chris Pitzer. Pause this real quick. Chris Pitzer, one of the docents, sent me a message. He keeps going over the picture he took of me inside execution. He says he sees a face in the glass that he thinks is Eddie Cole. We might go over that and see what we think, but I don't know. We can do this. Hold on. All right. As long as I know which one it is, we'll be good.
Just Brent coming through. Nothing paranormal.
Always announce myself. Did I see the video Time to Come Clean? No, I didn't. I haven't been too active aside from work the past week or so. I've basically been coming home from work, checking everything, and going to bed. That's been it. I'm in bed by like 6:30. I got fucking shook. I ain't gonna lie. It started to scare me. It's like I've never been this down. It's like, ooh. But like I said, I asked for it. What did you feel being led into this chamber? They showed me. They all showed me. I don't think it was just Eddie that did it. I think it was Eddie Cole, Daryl Mack, David Blackwell, John Hall, and a couple others. I think 5 or 6 of them showed me what I wanted to see. And the YouTube video from Eddie Cole's interview saying he's tired. I fully understand what he said before he was executed. And it's frightening. It is. Continue faking stuff. That's why I either get evidence or I don't. A good friend of my, a friend of mine, just recently here, Saturday night, investigated the Goldfield Hotel. For the first time, he waited 15 years to get in. I waited just over 10. Actually, I waited about 10 or 11 years. And I told him, dude, this is what you're going to experience. He messages me about halfway through the fucking investigation. Dude, I'm hearing footsteps. I'm going, I told you. I done told you. You're going to hear footsteps. They're going to follow you all around the hotel. And they did. Well, some people think it's okay to fake stuff, and then some sick people believe it, get more scared. And let's not get Brennan to ranting tonight. Anybody who gets caught faking evidence needs to be escorted out of the paranormal community. You do it for views, and you even get caught. It's bye-bye time. Get the fuck out. You're hurting people like me who is trying to get a foothold and explain to people that not everything's freaking paranormal. And when you do get activity, you're gonna know it. Then you get shit like what just happened to me at the prison, to where it just sticks to you. It's a danger you take. Oh no, did you hear that? It's a ghost knocking. No, that was you reaching around the other side of the wall to make it echo down the hallway. Come on. And most of these people, you notice the camera isn't facing any of them when they get evidence. It's like, really? You're the main character on your show, but you turn away and get the evidence and turn back, and there's the host standing there going, did you hear that? Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I heard it. All I heard was your bullshit. And I welcome any debunker in here. Come on in. Pony on up to the table. You better bring your bankroll before you accuse me of faking evidence. I've built my reputation over the past 16 years of being completely honest. And when I say completely honest, I went well over 6 months without one piece of evidence. 6 months of hardcore investigating with nothing to show for it. It happens. And that's why the TV shows get so popular. They start off, oh, it's not haunted, it's not haunted, it's haunted, it's not haunted. Nobody watches, okay, everything's haunted. Think about it. It's about ratings. And you guys got to promise not to look down on me more than you do. I went ahead and renewed Discovery Plus for 1 month just so I could go back and watch certain old episodes of Ghost Adventures. I did. Goldfield Hotel, Nevada State Prison, Bobby Mackey's, and a Poveglia, and a couple others. I once caught a fish this big. But yeah, the earlier days of Ghost Adventures are good. I mean, I judge not what you do off stream. Well, like I said, I watch some of the places that I've investigated just so I could tear apart their shows too. Be like, no, nope, sorry, wrong. You need to go back and take a mulligan. And it's also good, some of the older shows, it gives you different angles. It really does. But they don't lean like they should. You know, I really want to see Ghost Adventures go back and do Nevada State Prison for real. And that was the downside about when they did it. They spent more time at one of the former prison guards' house than they did at the prison. Now that they could go into the execution area, death row, women's, up to, 4, they could, I guarantee you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, they go into execution, they're going to get fucked up. I'd be willing to put money on it. Zach, Billy, Aaron, and the other guy, whatever his name is, they go into execution and do what they do. Eddie Cole is gonna stomp a mud hole in their ass. He's gonna strangle them, and he's gonna make it hurt. I guarantee you one of the 4 would walk out of that prison. Just like they did at the commercial hotel. It's too heavy in here. We need to step out. Would anybody want to take that bet with me? Because I can almost assure you, one of the energies at the commercial hotel is possibly Eddie Cole. So I think he's in 2 places. Nevada State Prison, commercial hotel, maybe another couple other places. But primarily his energy is right there in the execution area. Focus on the material, not the person that presents it. I kind of agree with that. You got to present it in a manner where everybody's going to want to go see it. No, last person that was executed was Daryl Mack. That was the last person executed at Nevada State Prison. Motorcycle, never mind. Even though it was on TV, where does that mean it's. But like I was saying, Ghost Adventures presents these locations as haunted, as demonic, as paranormal activity. So all these teams will pay any amount of money to go investigate what they did because they presented it as haunted. Downside is most of these teams are going to be disappointed because not everything's haunted. It's just a unfortunate fact. Hell, Nevada State Prison is not always haunted. The spirits do not always come out and play. As much as I love that location and the spirits, they're there. The spirits are there. Whether they come out and communicate is another story. I think they pick and choose just like anything else. Just like being in prison. The prisoners are going to associate with what groups they want to associate with. They see somebody with a kind energy, yeah, they're going to come out and talk to you. You go in there with the wrong intentions, one, you're not going to have a good time. Two, you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get the evidence you want. And I don't mean that in a negative light. Because, because of Susan, Tammy, Michelle, Chris, all the docents there at Nevada State Prison, they've shared virtually all their experiences with me, or the ones that they remember. And it's like there's times they've said that they've had bad experiences in there in certain areas. And those are the ones you pay more attention to than the positive ones. I hate saying it like that, but it makes you more cautious as an investigator. Like Susan and Chris both warned me about going into that chamber. We've all been affected by it. I got it with both barrels. Should I have listened? No. That's just me. Do I listen? No, I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. I ain't gonna deny it. I want to go in there and get the freaking evidence that somebody else might have missed. Am I putting my head in the noose, so to speak? Absolutely. And I got stretched out big. You figure I got back on Sunday. That lasted almost 2 weeks. That paranormal hangover was 2 weeks fully. Actually longer than that because it started Saturday. So 15, 16 days that affected me after. That's not good. Oh, I got an experience all right. Not the experience I was expecting, but I got it. It fucked me up. Would I do it again? Absolutely. I would love to find a way to be fully restrained in that chamber. I'm not talking about being put on that bed. That is always off the table. But 100% restrained. Then shut the door. Not just handcuffed and shackled to where I could stand up, but immobilized. That's the only other extreme that I can go to without going through an execution. You want the tight shirt? No, I might wear the orange overalls in there. I'll go spend the money on prison overalls. The orange, that whatever they wore in the execution chamber. That's Susan. And be fully restrained in there. I think it'd be an experience. It would be a good experience. Well, kinda. I don't want the tight shirt. I want the t-shirt that says, I survived the execution chamber. That might be an idea I'm going to throw to Susan for t-shirts to be made up for Nevada State Prison Paranormal for the tours. I survived the execution chamber at Nevada State Prison. That might be an idea for t-shirts. Not many will get that. I don't think anybody actually. I hate saying it. I don't think they should let anybody in there anymore. Even me. I hate saying it like that, but it's, if they go to the extremes that I did, being restrained, no. Oh, there have been, Kalani went in there, Destination Fear went in there, a couple other YouTube channels I've seen went in there. But they went in there with the door open. I think Kalani shut the door, but I don't think any, Destination Fear definitely didn't shut the door, which is now Project Fear. Because I think Chelsea was too scared or didn't want the risk. Other teams have. And, you know, it's, I think there needs to be a separate waiver for the investigations, saying the prison is not, they are not responsible for any attachments or adverse health effects from going in there. It needs to be ironclad. For what I experienced, and like I said, it scared the shit out of me for a little bit. And I don't get scared. I do not rattle. I mean, not to that extent. Didn't happen till I got home. You can get attachments anywhere. Yeah. I've had attachments many times. I brought it back from Goldfield. I brought it back from Tonopah. I brought it home from residentials. I've probably had a couple dozen attachments, but they've never been to this extent. And this is an error of caution to any paranormal team watching this at any given time now or in the future. It is, hold on, what is today? Today is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Remember me saying this to each and every one watching this. If you make the attempt to go into the execution chamber at Nevada State Prison, be forewarned. It's going to get you. All the docents warned me that they'd been attacked or affected. And I took it with an air of caution. But I did not expect what I got. 16 years, over 1,000 investigations. I got steamrolled. 16 days to recover. Be warned. If you have any doubts in your mind, don't do it. Okay, that's Susan. But mind you, the museum is right down the hall from the main office. Still counts as one even if we hear it over 1 year. It's going to be hard to get an EVP out of this with everything down the hallway. Or with the office down the hall. Not saying it's impossible. Because, like I said, this room is where Eddie Cole gave his last interview before he was executed. So, not saying anybody died in this room, but people who were executed were interviewed in this room. So, in all seriousness, minus the gym now, we have had recorders in every area of the prison. Every. Well, that in the basement, which, safety reasons, you can't go down there. I think I did have it on GoPro when we went down there and weren't supposed to be there 2 years ago. But we did investigate. While we're listening, he's saying he saw a reflection in the window. Do we think we could find the reflection? I'm really not seeing a face in there aside from me. Maybe. Right here above me, maybe. I don't know if that's matrixing, but I can see a face right here. That might be matrixing, but I am definitely seeing a face. That is kind of weird. Huh. That really does stand out, though. I'm gonna have to see if I can increase the resolution.
Right coming through. Or the recorder.
Chris did say he saw a face behind me. And Chris loves debunking. We're going to have to wait and see the video. But this on my neck really bothers me. Okay, you can see there's nothing on my neck. Those are like liver spots. I don't want to do the video early. I don't want to do the video early. Because I can see the lips and the mouth. I can see the eyes and the nose. That's bothering me. That is seriously bothering me, guys. Can you see what? The video? Absolutely not. The execution chamber will be the last video we watch analyzing all this evidence. I made that clear when I got back. There's 2 videos. Chris analyzing outside, or videoing me outside, and then the GoPro with me inside. I'm telling you guys because I wanted to show you the picture that Chris took while I was investigating. Chris took this with his phone when he was investigating. Or when he was filming me, sorry. And that's why I'm kind of saying, he said he saw a face standing behind me. And I'm thinking this is what he was talking about. And this gives us something to look forward to. We've got a lot to go through. Yeah, but I think that's the other team that came in. We're gonna let's clean this up. That's not Chris. That's a male voice for sure. But wait, we're only. I don't know if it's pareidolia or not. That's the thing. TM. I said that at the beginning. It could be matrixing, which I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm not going to discredit being evidence, but I'm not going to give credit saying it's not. I'm on the fence still. I'd like to find a program to clean up photos a little bit better and increase the resolution on it and see if we can maybe get around and figure it out better. Which we'll do. We will do. It's just a matter of getting to it, guys. We know this. We'll be able to figure it out on video. The video will give everything. Cell phone cameras, not the greatest, especially if you do have a flash that goes off. The GoPro that's on me in the execution chamber, has a better chance of catching it because it's so isolated. It's isolated with me, and that takes away the potential reflection from the glass. The light on the other GoPro outside with the reflection on the glass, casting some kind of a shadow on the other side of the chamber on the wall outside. Going through two panes of glass and reflecting on the wall, it could be reflection off the dirt on the front side of the window, not the far side. So there's a bunch of different ways to be able to debunk this. There's a bunch of different ways. This this could be potential evidence. It's not Chris, it's not me, and the other team didn't show up until like an hour, hour and a half late, and we're only 30 minutes in. I can't make this out. I can't clean it up anymore. I want to try one thing. All right. Let's try this. Can you hear me, John? Come here, John. Yeah. Being there's no one named John there. Okay, I'm going to call this evidence. Being that Susan, Chris, me, the other team is not there yet, and the guy who was there on the other team, his name was not John. I can always delete it later. I'm going to put it back through after the show and see if I can clean it up more. But as of right now, we're going to. Can you hear me, John? That's only the second EVP. That's only number 2. One on section 1, or one on night 1, and possibly one on night 2. We're still on the first recorder, so yeah. We are going to have to deal with when they opened up the gift shop there in the museum for people for the other team to buy merch. There's about 20 minutes of that later on. That's Chris. Well, they have the art gallery in like 3 different areas of the prison. As I said, it's not art from Nevada State Prison, it's art from different prisons. And they have merch down off the side where there's a bunch of the historic relics from the prison, weapons they found, pictures of wardens, poker table, and different stuff throughout the years from the prison. They've got the merch down there for like t-shirts, and it all goes to help the prison. I mean, that's just part of what they do. Anywhere you investigate will generally have t-shirts or something. Oh, they got books in there too, for sure. They've got like 8 or 9 different books. That's all they had when I was there. They've got a lot more. They just got to get them reordered. There's some that on the prison they don't have, which is part of it, until they can get the funding to get everything they want to resell. There's even some of the antique books. They just don't print anymore. There's no way to get them. That's Susan and Chris in the background. But remember, on this prison, a lot of these, like I said, these books, some of them aren't in print anymore. Some are, some aren't. The ones that aren't in print, good luck ever getting copies. You know, the more money they bring in, the more they can get to resell. It's part of it. But they open it up not only for the investigators, but for the ghost walks as well. The day tours. I don't know, TM. You're talking beyond my knowledge. I don't know much about copyright anymore. I know they have to pay because it's a museum, historical location. I don't know how that works. It's set up under a 501(c), which is as a charity. I don't know how all that works. I wish I did. A little beyond my scope of knowledge. Um, I was saying earlier, I had a Jesus, excuse me, had a friend who investigated the Goldfield Hotel for the first time. He posted a question on Facebook. That's why he messaged me. What would you do if you were investigating a haunted hotel and heard disembodied footsteps behind you? I'd follow them. They're trying to show you something, especially in that hotel. Uh, we went through an EVP here about 3.5 years ago that I got in that hotel. When we heard something hit the window on the third floor. Nothing could hit that window without breaking it as hard as it hit. And I'm going to send him that after the show. Be like, dude, this is what we caught up on 3. And watch him shit himself. If there are footsteps in that Goldfield Hotel, you always follow the footsteps. It's going to lead you to something very, very interesting every time. That hotel never disappoints. That too, they won't know who the new guy is. Problem is, there are so many footsteps that happen in that hotel. There's footsteps of children. When you're walking down the stairs back to the lobby, you will have what feels like small children grab onto your legs to keep you from walking. It is a trip. It'll throw you for a loop the first time. You're going to be like, the fuck? It's like, damn FNGs. We are all FNGs at certain locations, so it's expected. How you doing, Cord? Tired. Yep, I hear that.
All right, just Brent coming through. If there's anybody in here who'd like to say anything, especially Mr. Cole, please come forward and do so. That over on the poker table.
It's been a long 50 years. It's been a long 48. Why didn't they tell us life was so exhausting? Because we'd never grow up. If they would have told us at like 14, 15 years old, you're going to be exhausted when you hit 40. Just get used to it. When you get older, just be ready for it. We never saw our parents exhausted. Now we understand. They were fucking tired. How did they hide it so well? I think there's only one explanation to that. They were drinking. Tell me I'm wrong. Our parents mask it because they drank. Be like, oh shit, this kid's coming home from school. Give me a second. You guys know I'm not wrong. I am definitely not wrong. I wasn't a rotten kid. I was just a hyper kid. I used all my energy by the time I was like 30. Now I'm just on freaking fumes. I ran hard for a lot of years. Nice, Corgi. We used to cry because we had to take a nap. Now we cry because we can't have one. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Saturday, shit. I had to go to work Saturday, which, like I said, don't mind. It's easy overtime. Had to fuck around with rigging steel that they used to hang like motors and shit. Susan, I said I worked from like 6:30 until like noon. I came home, turned on the TV, and I took a 3-hour nap. I ain't gonna lie. It's like I walked in the door, took off my shoes, freaking changed, laid down, propped up my pillow, turned on the TV, and Brent was fucking out. Then what sucked was I was up most of the night because of a 3-hour nap. It's like, fuck. Then you don't get to sleep till like 2:30. Then it just throws off your sleep cycle. Then you got to take another nap Sunday afternoon, which sucked because football was on. You can't win for losing. So it was a TV ghost. Here, and I try to tell people this: do not fall asleep to horror movies, especially when you're really fucking tired. That's the worst thing you can do. You get some pretty fucked up dreams sleeping to the most fucked up horror movies. Because your mind is still processing the sign that your ears and your mind are processing what's on the TV while you're sleeping. So it's influencing your dreams. I fucking fell asleep last weekend to The Pope's Exorcist. I didn't have that good of a nap. I got about an hour and a half in. I came up, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I had to turn on like, I think I put on like, I think I put on The Secret of Nim or something just cheesy freaking cartoon movie. And it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get at least another hour's sleep here. Dude, about a few years ago, I can't remember what horror movie I fell asleep to. Oh, Exorcism of Emily Rose. I fell asleep to that. I didn't sleep for like 2 fucking days. My dreams rocked my shit. It was like, I ain't closing my eyes. You can kiss my ass. It was like, and like I said, when you're in the paranormal and you watch movies that are based on true fucking stories, it hits you that much harder. You're like, why am I falling asleep to this movie? Wake up, you're like, oh shit, this is real. It's like, Exorcism of Emily Rose was based on a 1948, I think it was, girl, Annalise Michel. Annalise would be Annalise Michael. It's German. If you look hard enough on YouTube, there's transcripts of the exorcism tapes. No, not the exorcism. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Completely different. Completely different movie. I forget how to spell it. I think that's how it's spelled. Let me look at it real quick. It's now I can't play the audio on here because of copyright. After the show, I can post the links for the YouTube in Discord. There's 15 parts to this. I'll warn you now, don't. Don't watch it with the lights off. Don't listen to it before you go to sleep. Do it with caution. It is in German, Latin, French, Italian. The subtitles are in English. It will fuck with you. I'll post the link after the show. No, she was not schizo. That's what they want you to think. That's what the church hid. She was possessed, flat out, by like 9 demons. They deemed it schizophrenia, but for her self-inflicted injuries and her actions, if you do any research into demonology, telltale signs. They thought she was schizo, though, yes. I'll have to post it after the show. I thought I could find it real quick, but I can't. No, the parents didn't go to trial, the priest did. The priest was the one that was charged the most. But the more you study on that case, the more you realize she wasn't medically mentally challenged or mental problems. She had, yeah. And just like with The Exorcist, with The Exorcism of Emily Rose, the people that did the movie, the main characters, had weird things happen in their life. And not in a good way. They were seriously afflicted by paranormal activity. TM, they never debunked it. I've done a lot of research into this case. Like I said, I got into demonology for a little bit until weird shit started happening and I quit. She did not know that many languages. Okay, that's Susan and everybody. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to post that right after the show for you, TM and Discord. So keep an eye out. We're going to go ahead and end it here. I really don't want to get into them talking tonight. We got about 3 minutes of that. So guys, Corgi, TM, Moose, anybody else lurking in the shadows, I truly thank you guys for being here tonight. I will be back tomorrow roughly about the same time, give or take a few minutes. This week's going to be slow at work, so it's going to be good. I will be able to do shows most of the week unless I get hit with something stupid, which you never know. Again, guys, I truly thank you. Good night. God bless, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks again.